Hello everybody and welcome back to Expert Examiner IELTS. My name is Glyn and in this video we have another practice speaking test, this time with Mohammed from Uzbekistan. So, enjoy. Good evening, my name is Glyn. Would you please tell me your full name?
Yes, of course. My name is Muhammad Qadar Khalimjanov.
And what should I call you?
You can call me Muhammad.
Thank you, Mohammed. Now, in this first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Do you work or do you study?
Currently, I do both of them, and I study at university in Fergana, and I have a part-time job in English school.
Let's talk about your studies. What are you studying at the moment?
Currently, I'm studying physics, math, and English
And why did you choose to study physics?
because s- since my childhood, I really like to study physics, and also my dad is a physicist, so he gave me advice about taking physics courses and choosing physics at university.
And what would you like to do when you finish studying?
I want to be a scientist after finishing university because I'm so keen on with scientists, and also when I have free time I really like to watch scientist movies like inventing some kind of robots or something. So that is why I think, yeah.
Mhm. Let's talk about your evenings now. What do you usually do in the evening?
In the evenings I really like to stroll with my friends because it's really popular that in Asaka, here in Asaka, um, teenagers like to go to clubbing or playing some kind of playstations in the evening. So that is why on a daily basis I go to playstations or football clubs with my close friends.
And are your evenings different at the weekend?
Yes, of course. At the weekend I really try to spend my time with my family because yeah, I can have fun with my family. For instance, last week we went to a mountain at the weekend, so we spent a quality time with my family. So yeah, basically, weekends are totally different from weekdays.
And are there any things that you don't like doing in the evening?
Yes, of course. I really hate studying and focusing on my studies. You know, when my friends call me to hang on or to stroll on the streets, I really hate studying at the same time. So that is why I think um, I really prefer to study in the morning.
Let's move on now and talk about happiness. In general, do you think you're a happy person?
Absolutely. I'm a happy person, and I always try to make people laugh, and I try to tell some jokes to my friends. So that is why I consider myself as a happy person.
And what kind of things make you smile or make you laugh?
Mm, in my day-to-day life, I have friends who are like who tells me jokes. So um, we try to tell jokes to each other. So that is why I think it makes me laugh when my friends tell me jokes.
And do you have any friends who are not very happy?
Yes, of course, I have several friends who are not happy. Uh, like usually they try to be introverted, like they really hate meeting with people and they really hate going clubbing. So yeah, I have several friends. One of them is Donior, and he really hates hanging on with people, with my friends. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Now, in this next part of the test, I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like you to speak about this topic for between 1 and 2 minutes. But before that, you will have 1 minute to prepare for your talk, and you may take notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mhm. I will now share the topic on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the topic?
Yes.
I'd like you to describe some good news that you've recently received. Your 1 minute of preparation time starts now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the end of your preparation time. To remind
Mm-hmm.
you, you will have between 1 and 2 minutes to give your talk, and I will let you know when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Yes. There are several good news that I have recently received, but now I'm going to talk about one of them. So, um, basically, recently I received a news that my friend got a new job, and at that time I was really happy because my friend went to Britain a couple of years ago, but he couldn't find a new job for him. So that is why I think it was really a great news for me. And also at that time I was teaching, like as I mentioned earlier, I'm a teacher, like, and I teach students. And at that time I was in a class and I was really happy. Like I thrilled when I heard this kind of news, and I I replied to my friend, "Congratulations! Like you made it!" And he was really happy, and he shared the news for the first time to me. So yeah, I was really happy, and so in a way it was kind of crazy news for me because he he tried really hard to find a job, but he couldn't find a job in Britain. But recently, like yesterday, I heard this news. So yeah, I was really happy. And so like hearing this kind of news can be a true sample of a news that I have received a good news. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you. So you've been
Mm-hmm.
talking about some good news that you've received recently. Let's move on now and talk about news in general. How do people in your country usually get their news stories?
There are several ways that people can receive, they can get news. And Telegram is the most popular um, app that people can get news because roughly 10 million people use Telegram. So that is why I think Telegram is the most popular application in our country. And also there are several applications which are WhatsApp and Instagram, and people can know about news on these platforms.
And do people in your country watch news on TV or do they read newspapers?
In the past, our people, like our residents, used to watch news on TVs, but nowadays most people are preferring to to watch news on their phones or on their like on the internet because it's way easier than TV because when it comes to TV, you can get the news after a week or after a couple of days. But when it comes to like, when it comes to the internet, you can take the news after a minute or after an hour. So that is why I think it's very preferable for many people in our country.
Now, some people believe that the news today isn't as reliable as it was in the past. What do you think?
Yes, I suppose so, because in the past, most journalists didn't lie, like, because nowadays more and more journalists are lying about news, and there are several journalists that they want to hype, like, because um, they want to like improve their followers like number, so they want to share fake news. So that is why I think in the past news were reliable, but now it isn't.
And how do you think news media might change in the future?
um I suppose every people will use phones instead of TVs to know about news, because there are so many people still that they watch news on TVs, but in the future, most people use gadgets like phones, laptops, and other kind of things to watch news. So this is my like response. But now I'm not an expert, but I suppose so.
Let's move on now and talk about journalists. Do you think it would be easy or difficult to be a journalist?
Um, I reckon that it is hard because I have some friends that who chose journalists, becoming a journalist, and they always say to me that it is really hard and to make presentations or to tell about news to people. So it requires a lot of experience and it requires a lot of hard work to become a good journalist.
So you said that a good journalist needs experience and hard work. What are some other skills or characteristics a person needs to be a good journalist?
I think a journalist should be open-minded and he or she should be like hardworking and they need to be patient, because patience is the key for almost every job. So that is why I think first of all they need to be patient for their jobs, because it requires, as I mentioned earlier, it requires a lot of years to become a journalist. So in a way I think patience is the key.
And do you think being a journalist can sometimes be a dangerous job?
Absolutely, it's very dangerous job because most journalists go to suicide places, like to like record the video about news. So um, after some kind of suicides, there may be some criminals around this area, right? So they may attack to journalists or video makers, right? So that is why I consider journalists like journalists as a like dangerous job, becoming a journalist. Yeah.
Why would there be criminals near a suicide site?
Because they can like they couldn't manage to like get away from this area, so they may be hiding from police. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the test. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that practice speaking test with Mohammed. As always, please let me know in the comments section what score you think this candidate got. And as always, I will upload another video tomorrow with my commentary, my feedback, and my scores for this candidate's performance. If you would like your own free practice speaking test with feedback, or if you would like me to check your IELTS writing, then you can request this in my Telegram channel. A link to the Telegram channel is given in the description below. But for now, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.